glad that you're able to join us. I'm Suzanne Lynn with WGTS 91.9, talking with the most Irish friend that I have. It's Darren Mulligan from We Are Messengers. Welcome, Darren. I'm so glad that you're joining us.
Really glad to be with you. I might be the only Irish friend you have, which makes me the most Irish friend you
That's exactly it. You knew. You're actually the only friend I have. So,
have. Oh no, that's so sad. That's a terrible story.
Darren, we'll just jump in talking about the fact that it's St. Patty's Day, and growing up in Ireland. What was your childhood like in Ireland?
Yeah, we grew up with St. Patrick's Day was a big day. You know, there was always a parade in the little town that we had in every town in Ireland. Um, I think now walking as a believer, it's cool to look at the parades and the crack, as we call it, the fun. Um, but to have this deeper understanding of who he was and what he has done for the Irish people. And he really has brought Christianity to Ireland, and in doing so, spread Christianity to much of Western Europe. Um, and Patrick is the story of a slave sold into slavery in Ireland, who went
Okay.
back to his home in Wales and then encountered God. And God sent him back to the place of his most hurt, of his most heartache, to evangelize to the people whom which once held him captive. And in doing so, he changed an entire nation.
And
So
that's a true
Paddy's Day,
story, right? That's
oh,
yeah.
as true as me and you are sitting here, you can read his own book that Patrick wrote in the 4th century, The Confessions of St. Patrick. Um, Within 5 miles of my house, there are many places where Patrick was, where he witnessed to people in the 4th century. It's just,
Wow.
it is the most incredible story. And for me, he's a hero of the faith. So yeah, I love Paddy's Day. It's amazing.
It's a big day. So let me ask you, what do you see is the difference as a believer being blessed or having luck? Because we're in America, we're all wearing green, we're starting our day eating Lucky Charms, and we're like, have a lucky day. What is the difference
Yeah.
between those two?
Well, I think there's a saying about the luck of the Irish. If luck is a real thing, the Irish do not get the luck. We don't get the rub of it. Um, Luck basically is chance. It's happenstance, circumstance. It would suggest that no one is in control. It would suggest that we make our own situations and our own luck by our behavior and our dreams and our desires. And I believe that God is sovereign, that in the goodness of God, He blesses us. And blessings are the kindness of God poured out upon us in the good times and the bad times. I don't believe in luck anymore, but I believe in the blessing of God. And for me, blessings are not financial rewards necessarily or achievements, but the biggest blessing in my life is that God has forgiven me and that I've got a wonderful wife who still holds my hand. Those are blessings. It's got nothing to do with luck and everything to do with the goodness of God.
So part of your story about coming to Christ has to do with your wife. Would you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, my wife, I'd been dating her when I was a young man for about 10 years, and I had lost myself to drunkenness and to promiscuity and, just a really blasphemous lifestyle. Didn't know anything of God. And she had this incredible encounter where he turned her life upside down and rescued her from anorexia, from depression, all kinds of things. And the change in her life was so dramatic that I was drawn to this God she kept talking about. And yeah, a few weeks before we got married, I came to God out of fear because I knew He was real and I was caught in my sin. But about a year later, my wife forgave me of everything I'd ever done. And it was then that I fell in love with Jesus. I came out of fear, but it is the kindness and love of God that keeps me there.
Darren, just seeing you perform the first time, your heart was so in it. I mean, you actually got teary and emotional on stage. I had never seen another artist do that, and that really had a profound effect on me. You're
Mm.
serious about this message.
Well, well, I just can't understand why else I would give up everyone I know and I love back home in Ireland to travel around for 200 days a year, leaving my own family. If this Jesus was some kind of false gospel, I wouldn't be here. I'm here because I believe every word of it is true. And I promised Jesus when He rescued me and my wife, we said, we'll go wherever you want us to go, Lord. And so the going that we do to perform these songs and tell these stories is because we believe that news can change your life. And so I get teary quite often
Yeah.
because I recognize each day that I'm so undeserving of his kindness. I mess this thing up all the time, but his mercies are new every day. And I get teary when I see his people. Like tonight, we're in an arena in Kansas, and we'll have 3 or 4,000 people here, and you'll see how broken they are. And God is in the middle, and if we would just reach out to him, he would be there for us. And so my goal is to turn people on to the message of Jesus. Nothing more, nothing less.
Seems to me like your message comes first and the music is just a conduit, just a vehicle for you to hop in to go from place to place, but really you want to
Yeah.
go and share your story.
Yeah, like I love music and I love creativity and creating, but I love God more. Um, and the Christian experience is one of storytelling. And so Jesus has told us the story of the kingdom. He has demonstrated the kingdom through his death and resurrection. And so as an artist, my goal is to tell his story, to tell them about the one who can save. And unfortunately, we live in an industry and in a time where we're dancing a thin line. Um, we say it's about God, but they shine lights on us. We say it's for his glory, but we're the ones getting the awards. And so we have to be really careful that our hearts are postured in a way that is honest. Nothing wrong with entertainment, nothing wrong with having a real good time, nothing wrong with honoring other artists for awards, shows, etc. But God has to come first, has to be first, because he is first.
You talk about storytelling, and one of my favorite songs, I mean, I have so Magnify, Come What May, but Everything Comes Alive is my current favorite song from you. Can you tell me, how did that come about?
Well, that's funny because that was the first song I wrote in Nashville 8 years ago when the record label flew me out to see could I write songs.
Yeah.
And yeah, I sold a guitar to a lady called Caitlin Lassiter a few days ago, and it was the guitar that I wrote Everything Comes Alive on. And what's beautiful is it's a full circle moment. She's been a lady who has leaned on our music in really hard times. And so today that guitar is sitting in her house, in her hands. And that song is based on Ephesians. God is rich in mercy. Because of his great love, I've been made alive. But just not just made alive, Suzanne, seated with him in heavenly places through Christ Jesus. So even at my worst, even in my weakness and my pride and my lust, because of the work of Jesus, someone like me gets to be seated in heavenly places through Jesus.
So I think tonight you're doing a concert with Casting Crowns. Is that right?
It is, yeah. We are playing show number 8, and it's been beautiful. They've all been sold out. Um, and they've been really ordinary. The people are ordinary out here. No one's got an ego. No one's trying to be cool. It's just sweet.
Darren, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. And gosh, I hope that so many people come to know Christ through your humbleness and through your story and your music.
Thank you. Suzanne, know this today, that what you do for the kingdom, right, is less important than who you are. You're a daughter of the King. You're loved. You're held in his arms. You don't need to perform for him. He doesn't need a performance. He needs a daughter. And that is what you are. And it is the kindness of God resting on you that I see. I saw it earlier on today when we talked. Go easy on yourself. Walk slow. Love well. And go easy.
I am really hard on myself. I really am. I feel like you're in tune. You're very emotionally intelligent. So thank you for that. Darren, you are loved and so appreciated. And your kindness, I can't even tell you what that means to me.
You're more than welcome. Right.
Have
God
a great
bless
day.
you, Suzanne.